All you have to do is ignore the bitches, the fishes, the women's. It's a very simple concept, but it's actually a bit more nuanced than that, because if you just ignore women all the time, well, they're not just going to magically show up on your doorstep. There is you still have to pursue them to an extent. The key is to ignore them in very specific key moments when that's the last thing they expect. These moments, it's extremely hard to ignore her, because in these moments, every ounce of our core being wants to give her more attention. So let's say a girl takes 3 or 4 hours to respond to a simple text message. In that moment, you get the reply. All the dopamine receptors go off like, oh shit, bro, she's replied, Susie's back. And you're gonna wanna fire a quick text message. But you need to interrupt the pattern, because that's what she's expecting. And if you wait 3 or 4 hours, similar to how long she took, what's gonna happen?
In her mind, she's gonna be like, crap, did I mess this up? Like, why isn't he texting me back? Because she's assuming that you're just gonna immediately send her a message.
And then when you finally do, now her dopamine's gonna go off. She's probably gonna be a little quicker after that.
We'll be discussing John in today's video. Here's John's story. I'm a right-leaning California native who grew up in the state. Years before I ever knew the term, I became a soft MGTOW due to way too many female betrayals. I immediately became aware of a number of things after accepting MGTOW. Women were beginning to give me more attention both at work and outside of it. Previously uninterested women are now stuttering where they try to talk to me, and the lack of success just seems to fuel their notion that they must prove to themselves that they can pique my interest. There are times when my poker face is put to the ultimate test because of how uncomfortable some of these ladies actually feel when a man shows little interest in them. Another interesting factor of these encounters is how my friends and coworkers react to them. I was expecting more resistance to my way of life in general, especially from my female friends. Surprisingly, when I explained why I declined a lady who sought to strike up a conversation with me, the majority of them really started to not only agree with me, but also make small acknowledgements that they invite me. It's tough to avoid noticing the reflection in their eyes whenever I talk about how I essentially do whatever I want, whenever I want. Whether it's working out for an extra hour or two at the gym, reading for the remainder of the day, or the whole weekend in front of the television, I have complete control over how I spend my time. The fact that some of my female friends have commended my brilliance intrigues me. Even some of the guys have said that they would prefer to do that than having to coordinate their schedules with their female coworkers. MGTOW has received some criticism or expressions of disdain, but for the most part, the circle has been tremendously supportive. I'm not sure if you'll heed my advice or not. However, I implore men to stop from disparaging women or asserting that they do not require women in their social and familial circles. When people ask me why I'm still unmarried, I just respond, I grew tired of looking one day, and for some reason, life appeared to be better when I quit. Everyone seems to be fine with this. I was progressively introduced to what I know about women and the threats they offer to our society now when I was asked more questions later. All of this without a single mention of MGTOW. Can you men understand how, by just ignoring them, he was able to grab the attention of ladies who had never glanced at him before? Any of those stunningly gorgeous women would quickly lose interest if John started to pay them attention. They may get their confidence back and start looking good to all the men, and then they wouldn't have to worry about hitting that wall, since it is probably unusual for a straight man to reject them. Most likely, this is a new experience for them. John may be making them realize that they have daddy issues because their father wasn't around when they were small. In an effort to prevent men from neglecting them in the future, they overcompensate by working really hard to become incredibly gorgeous. Now a man is eschewing them. It could also trigger early memories of being ignored and unacknowledged. Do these ladies genuinely care about John then? Or are they more keen to learn how uninterested John is in them? According to what John stated, attractive, successful guys who are making their own way in the world are making women scream. When these guys ignore them, they are undoubtedly feeling insecure about the fact that I'm not enough for a man like him. I'm definitely not enough for other men like him either. Maybe they're worried that if they chat to you, they'll find out that you like men. Consequently, that will also make them feel less insecure. These women need to believe in themselves that they can catch your attention. It's as if you're holding up a mirror to women's anxieties and reflecting their defects back at them if you're independent and effectively single. They don't yet feel as though their attractiveness is deteriorating. Therefore, they entice you to make themselves feel good about themselves again. Women are outraged by MGTOW since they cannot utilize a man's resources. It's possible the man's decision to enter monk mode is motivated more by the fact that it nullifies their feminine V card. Additionally, you discuss how when you really tell someone you're done seeking, they tend to respond to the news more favorably or neutrally. Women, in my opinion, become immediately defensive if MGTOW channels and men who are following their own path criticize others of participating in bad behavior. However, I think they will agree if you just say that you have stopped searching and avoid criticizing the ladies. They take this to mean that you won't tell other men anything about how women are. They think you're a contented single person. In terms of protecting and caring for women, the harm, so to speak, is limited to the death of only one male. When you tell these women about your bachelor lifestyle, they hope you will eventually find someone seductive. They don't have to be concerned about you since their feminine secrets are safe. Furthermore, there's a strong probability you'll run into someone. Nowadays, YouTube employs a large number of female executives and employees. As a result, using the words MGTOW quickly results in a man's channel being demonetized once he has fully consumed the red pill and wants to spread the message. There is yet a possibility to return the plantation to the man who hasn't. Women are aware of MGTOW, but they want to keep it under wraps so that men won't find out about it and they won't have to worry about hitting the wall. That's all for today on Manhood. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons, and also click on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop a new video.